Check. Happy Wednesday in the building. It's good, Charlie. Heard the good news, brother. Congratulations. You know what I mean? We're going to get into that. You got the time. Check. See if it's working on the thing. I updated my IG app. It ain't me today. Oh, shit. Check. I'm going one more time. See if it works a second time.
There it is.
There you
All
go.
right. Here we go. Y'all hear me good?
It just sounds a little airplane-y, but I hear you.
Oh. What about now?
Same. I can hear you though.
Did you mute on your end?
You said mute?
Yeah, like the computer.
Oh yeah, all that's off. Oh wait, let me see if that helps. No, I can't do it in this part. I can keep that on, but that's off.
All right, let me get the headphones real quick then.
Yeah, man, we're getting the situation. Welcome to Wednesday, you know what I mean? Checking in the middle of the week vibes. A lot going on this week. The fall weather, you know what I mean? Remember as a kid, leaving in the morning with a bubble coat, coming home afternoon, tying it around your waist. It's that weather, you know what I'm saying? Now we figure out what to do with the kids. It's like short sleeves and shorts, it's all messed up. Come on, man.
Just 1 second.
I'm going to show up on the IG feed if you can hear me.
Shout out to whoever joined on Twitter.
I can't. He's going to come back in the IG. Because you're frozen. There you back.
Yeah, I was trying to connect these headphones, but that ain't working out.
And I can hear you. Hey, it's just I know, just like a
like
an AC or something, but you're gonna figure it out. Somebody can't hear us, don't say something.
Because he's come out. This is weird.
I can hear you. Just let me know.
All right. How do I sound? Hello.
Oh, are you whipping? You can't see your water whipping. That's what it is. You can't. Let me get trap stop.
Yeah. All right. So who we got on here? Still up. All right. So I'm leaning closer. All right. We're still waiting for some people to join anyway. So we got time. Go ahead and send this out to a couple people.
What else? Crazy. That's Kane the building. Appreciate that. The missus had me worried over the week. Some wild news, man. Some wild news hit my feed about Miss Nelson over there, man. I was a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when Mel sent it to me, he was just like, yo, you saw this? I'm reading it. Says, yo. You know, so you know what I mean? Her mother quit the serious charges, running over her son's bullies. I was like, I said, my missus no son? Nah. I said, nah, she's sad now. The news be mixing shit up though. You know what I'm saying? So let me make some phone calls. I call her. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, you know what I mean? Just hey, small world.
Yeah.
As soon as I told her, she said, "Yeah, I do some shit like that." I said, "Whoa, like the other game was a quitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, that seems about right.
Mm-hmm. Right on par with the first one you watching. I get it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
I tell all my loved ones every like 3 weeks. Yo, I'll see you. Love you.
My AirPods.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. But yeah, time is flying. Time is definitely flying. I feel like we're already getting ready for the next year. So that's the toughest part about all that, man.
You're ready to write those with pencil just to erase them on a second. You know what I'm saying? The real ones you already started a month ago, so you know how that go. You know what I mean?
Oh
yeah. But till then, though, you know what I mean? Diet starts Monday. You know what I'm saying? Diet starts Monday. You know what
I mean? Yo, man, I'll tell you, there's a good book out there called the 12-week year or 12-week a year. And we've talked about it before, but you know, you shorten the time frame. I think when people try and look at, you know, a year, they feel like they have so much time to do something, so it's easy to keep putting it off until another month. If you give yourself a shorter time frame to do something, now all of a sudden you probably hold yourself a little bit more accountable. So
yeah. It was maybe about a week or two ago. I forgot. It was a famous actor, but they was kind of paraphrasing the speech of him walking. He's like, you only get like 6,722 summers, 6,722 wins. You know what I mean? Like each one counts. You know, mad motivation, run through brick wall type shit on the Sunday. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man, these days keep chipping away. You got to do something every day to make sure you get there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You wanna get? I'm curious to know how the weekend was, brother. You know what I mean? Got to see you for a little bit.
Yeah, man. No, I mean we could get started, man. It's already 8:09. I figure people will probably trickle in after a while. The weekend was dope, man. You know, just celebrating the wife's 30 whatever birthday. I ain't even gonna put on blast like that. But you know, it was a good time. It was good to see everybody. You know, now that we're all getting up there, having family, and just being busy trying to be whatever we're trying to be in life, right? Professionals, entrepreneurs. It's always great when we get together, and of course to celebrate her. I know she was super happy to have everybody there, and you know it was cool, man. It was a lot of Hennessy though, man. A lot of Hennessy.
Hey, man, that's what these celebrations are for, man. You know what I'm saying? You waited all year for this day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's more than one shot. You know what I mean? But you can't not. You know what I mean? You're here for the festivities and the libations. You got to enjoy it. You know? But it's always a good time. And the food was amazing, too, by the way, on the low.
Right?
Jen snapped something on the way out, but I never seen him get to the plate. I don't know. There was a gap in between where it just disappeared. I was just like, yo, remember those? The little, you know what I mean? With the fungo, the little, it's like, nah, I never seen them. Like, all right. I just have to take
it. Yo, bro, there was a point where I woke up. I don't know what time we went to bed, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hang out with Dominicans, I'll go to bed till like 3, 4 in the morning. But I woke up, fam, with the boxes that they gave the food in. I woke up on oh man, I forgot the name of the joint, but I woke up on it and I had the box of food on my hand in my lap. And I was just like this. Like,
whatever happened, nobody put my chicharron.
So the bean bag. Yeah, I fell asleep on that joint. And I woke up and I had my hand was gripping the box of food on my lap. So at some point after all that fucking Hennessy, my ass made it to the kitchen, grabbed the leftovers and went in, man. There was beans on my lap. It was
no, no. He just walking with the napkin hanging off the shirt, like.
I wish I had a napkin, man. I ain't have none of that shit.
He said, that probably would have saved me. It was too late.
I was like, oh man. Hell yeah. It was a good time. It was a good time.
Shout out, man. Happy birthday. Shout out to moms too. She celebrated her birthday earlier this week as well. I mean, she did big, 5 with some luggage on her. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, it was cool. She made a quick Thanksgiving spread just like that for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. Got a couple birthday cakes in. And sidebar, if anyone's a German chocolate cake lover, juniors don't do it no more. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but they no longer serve that style of cake. If you're a fan of that, and you're in the downtown area, they didn't got it, so you got to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it was beautiful. Beautiful night, man.
All right. Yeah, I know. I got the text, man. I had nothing in me, man. Like I was still recovering from the weekend. Like I was just like, yo, sis, I love you. I'm sending mad love through the phone. Yeah, man. But I'm glad y'all had a good time.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool though.
Yeah, man. But here we are. Before we get started, listen, I totally understand where my parents were frustrated when it comes to homework, right? So, my son's been bringing home homework for a while now. He's been doing this for a while. But now what I'm noticing is we're at that point where I'm like almost frustrated with the homework that they're giving them. It's not that I don't understand it. It's that it just doesn't make sense to me, right? So I'll give you a perfect example. And what I love the teacher though, she texts us. She's like, listen, I'm sending this home. They have until such and such date to complete it. And this is what they have to do. She walks us through it. It's beautiful. She sends home examples. Love it. So in this particular situation, he's going through highlighted words. So he'll get a specific definition, a description, and then he has to list the highlighted words in a box, very small, and then draw up 2 pictures for each word that he's listing. So now,
right.
No, this is on paper, man. This is all on paper.
Shit. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Exactly, right. Right. So now I don't know how you wrote when you was young, but when my son, he writes very exactly. You know what I mean? Like his earth be like half the paper. You know what I mean? He don't know how to do that small shit. So he has to draw 2 words. He has to write the 2 words and then draw something in it. So now he writes the 2 words, but then he's drawing a picture, and you try to get them to understand that what you draw has to match what you're writing, right? So if you're writing highlight, you know what I mean? Or not even highlight, let me use something better. You're writing store, you have to draw a store, right? Like you got to give some sort of inclination that this is a store. You can't just draw a box with a box in the middle and say, but dad, that's the store. You know what I mean? Like he does this with the homework. Yeah, so then for another section of his homework, he has to list 5 things about like the elements of geography. Remember, this is still the same small ass box, but they want him to highlight 5 words and then fit 5. Then they want you to fit 5 pictures that match the words into this same small ass box. But I love my son. He still tried to fit all 5 words and then draw all 5 things. But it just looked like one big clusterfuck. And I'm looking at him like, yo, D, this don't make no sense. Like, I don't even, after the first 2 words, you don't even know where he's going with it. The end of location ends up in the middle of a tree that he's trying to say this is the location.
Damn, they got congested. Too much ink, not enough paper. Like sometimes in those situations with the teacher, you just got to write in real small print, see attachment. Like, it's like just staple it to the back of that shit. Like, yo, we couldn't do it, but number 2, 4, and 6 is right here, man. We needed way more real estate to get these ideas off. Visions is big.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is homework. Like, now I understood my dad's frustration. My dad's frustration was, fuck this. I'm paying. You go to school. I ain't supposed to do your homework. You're supposed to learn how to do your own damn homework. I get his frustration. My frustration is I'm about to roll up to the teacher and be like, how you expect him to fit 5 words into this little ass box? Now, my wife is like, listen, I think he should just do it on another paper. I'm like, no, they gave him these 2 boxes. They need to tell him how he's supposed to get these shits in those 2 boxes. Because you know what's going to happen? The world is going to tell him that you only fit in this box. Now, granted, I'm going to tell him you don't fit in that fucking box. But at least to pass this class, you got to make sure that shit get in the fucking box. You got to fit your thoughts into that box. But here's the funny thing, right? My wife's idea made sense. But here's where I got mad with the teacher. After she wants them to fit the words and then the pictures in the small boxes, she then follows that up with saying, on a separate piece of paper, give me 11 sentences for each line. I'm like,
11
you mean to
sentences?
tell me now for sentences that makes sense?
Your homework with appetizers is the worst, B. Don't do that to me, bro. Just give me the entree first. Give me the hard part of this written assignment first, and then I can give you the small stuff at the end. That build up is nuts. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids' homework is different. Like the long division, they do it differently now. It's just another format. I try to teach my own way. They go, no, this is what they told me. I'm like, you're gonna get it wrong with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna either do it this way or not, but they end up getting it right somehow, and I'm just always shocked at the end. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where if he asks her, like, I'm hoping and I'm trying to coach him to get to the point where you got to put this in your teacher's face and be like, so I'm supposed to fit 5 words in. You show me how. Like, I mean, I'll take that call up to the school to be like, well, show me, because I know I wouldn't fit 5 fucking words in it either.
I wasn't doing, and I write small. I write rather small. Like I don't know how he's supposed to do it. He writes bigger than no, you know what I mean? Yeah. Question for you, sir. When the wife calls, or the missus, the loved one, you ever have to send somebody to voicemail?
All the time.
Do they take it offensively?
I haven't had anybody take it offensively.
I had an offensive situation earlier this week with the missus. My phone has this cool little gadget where if somebody's calling and you're busy, you can swipe up and let your personal assistant answer, called Bixby. They give you the whole, hi, this is Bixby. We can't get to the phone right now, but state your name and what this is for, and let us know. And we'll keep. You can talk via text back and forth through the computer, right? So now I'm in the barber chair, right? I'm seeing it happen. I'm like, dope. This is what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Boop boop boop. I see mad transcribed. The F is this. You don't did that. I'm like, man, text messages and curses. I was like, oh, this ain't good. And then when the person hangs up, the conversation just ends. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I saw 3 or 4 curses, and then it just stopped. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the shape up. I'm like, like, it was just a moment I couldn't talk, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to be rude and send it a voicemail, just let it ring out. I was just like, all right, oh, dope, let me use the personal assistant. But don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. You said you can talk in the chair to help. It was I don't have a lot of facial hair cut, but it was mid, like, you know what I'm saying? When they say, like, you want to get that little bit of hair above this, but below that, like, you just gotta, my lips were literally touching each other. I couldn't do it. But whatever you do, don't send your wife to Bixby, bro. Bad news.
Yeah, with me, I think Apple has that. I've never turned it on. I mean, for the most part, if I'm busy, she understands that I can't answer. We do mostly text when I'm at work and she's working herself. But the funny thing is, when the conversation gets too deep and I'm too busy to really give it all my attention, I'll just tell her, let's talk when I get home. But the funny thing is, half the time, we won't talk when I get home because we've already forgotten whatever she was trying to talk about at 11 in the morning, unless it was that deep. But I just don't want to not give it all of my attention and then say the wrong thing, like, hey, you want to go stay by my mother's this weekend? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I get home and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Like, I got plans this weekend. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, let's talk about it when I get home. This way we both clear. We both got understanding.
As long as we remember.
Yeah, like sometimes we got to set the timer.
Yeah, time is a lifesaver and alarm.
I got a funny question before we transfer though. When she left the voice message, did it look just like how she texts?
Everybody, right? Her voice, it was spicy. I was just like, ooh, it's getting worse with each text. Like it wasn't even in bold.
But I mean, like, was there like letters missing and words were in places that they don't belong? Like,
Nah, keep it a buck. Yo, that they caught her voice. There was no misspelled words in her segments. It was all fluid.
Okay. So good. So no more texting for her. She gotta use the personal assistant from now.
Yeah.
Just to make sure the words come through clear.
Facts. Like, yo, man. Hey, you ain't here for me, babe. That was Sean, man. I ain't catching you.
I love you. I swear I love you.
She started dinner, bro. I ain't catching no straight for you. I love you, my nigga, but dinner's on the line. I ain't coming out there. Yeah, your PB and J's over there, but the kids are eating.
Yo, Keith, good. Oh man, that's
talk to me, man. It's October, man. It's October. What's going on this month? It's always something.
Yes. So it is Disability Awareness Month. This month, we will be talking about a lot of things where we are making sure that we are no longer an ableist society. And when I say something like that, I'll give you perfect examples. If they are casting for a role in a movie for a person living with disabilities, and they cast someone who does not have a disability, that is a sense of ableism, right? There are people who are living with disabilities that are actually actors. They've taken all the classes. They are there and they are more than willing and more than capable, right? Buildings and signs and that aren't accessible by disabled people. That is another sense of ableism, Kenny. I know you being an architect, you probably deal with this every day, making sure that there are equitable pathways of access for everyone, right? So those are just two things that I can talk about as far as ableism is concerned, but really just removing that those barriers and making things very accessible, and also highlighting some very able people who are living with disabilities. And I had the pleasure of connecting with Quamel Arroyo, who's actually the first chief accessibility officer for the MTA. Very cool dude. We're actually gonna have to get a chance to sit down with him at my job later this month to talk about all the great things he's been doing with the MTA. What's up, Tanya? So just thinking about all of those subway stations now where you see they're wheelchair accessible, all of the new structures that you see in the construction. Quamel is behind all of that. So it's going to be really great to sit down with him and see what he's been doing. And just to transition from there, there's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I will never speak for a woman, but I think it is very important that we are recognizing the fact that all women should be getting themselves checked and just making sure that everything is going okay. And I think it's great to donate to causes, or even if you can go on a breast cancer awareness walk, that would be really good as well. So just recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well.
That's what's up, man. That's what for October on my end, being into architecture, they actually October is Archtober, where the 13th annual celebration where they kind of highlight a lot of architecture and design in the city, and all month long they have separate exhibits, hostings, speaking events, a ton of partners and sponsors, but it's run by the Center for Architecture. I had the privilege of being one of the civic leadership participants back in 2019, way back, back then. But yeah, they're part of the AIA, which the American Institute of Architects. But it's if you got any time this month or some dead time, look it up on archtober.com. It's super cool. They got a ton of exhibits for the kids, especially on Saturday mornings when that energy's at their highest. See if they can go burn some of that energy out. But it's always something to learn too in the city, though. But if you got any time, try to catch out one of the exhibits, man. It's gonna be super dope.
Yeah, and I think that's important because as we think about different programs for youth, you hope that architecture is getting that same exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is actually a great time. How did you get turned on to architecture?
It was weird. Way back in 5th, 6th grade when the whole I couldn't be a cartoon thing really started hitting. You know what I mean? That whole reality, that Space Jam thing, I couldn't chill with bugs. You know what I mean? I had to get real on it, but this is before football was a thing. So I was just like, let me see what I actually like. I always enjoyed art, freehand in that aspect, but I was always a fan of math as well. And as time went on, sixth grade came. I'll never forget Mr. Ortiz. He showed me what a T square was. This big old draft table that had this big 45-degree thing that could go up and down. I was kind of stuck since, you know what I'm saying? But I just like the combination of the two, of math and puzzles. I'm a big puzzle guy. Tetris is my thing. I might have beat your high score on a Game Boy or two. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just something I just always liked, and it just kind of fell into my lap. And I was able to keep this passion thing going.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Glad to hear it, man. I'll never forget. It was probably freshman year of college, and I had to do a paper on my love for sneakers, and I had to make, and I'm like, damn, I need a photo, but I didn't want to just do no clip art like I was in sixth grade and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember calling Kenny and be like, yo, I need you to draw the Olympic sixes. And when I tell y'all, my man nailed it.
You remember that, bro?
Yes, I'm telling you.
I didn't remember that until you said it out loud. I was like, that's right. Oh my god. That was a tearjerker. That was a good one.
Man. Yeah, I'll never forget it. So that's an example or message to all y'all. Be resourceful. If you got somebody around you that does something good, don't go paying a crazy dollar or trying to figure it out yourself. Call your peoples. They right there.
I was ready to help. Always ready to help, man.
Yeah.
We got, I don't know how many females in the chat. We just got a couple sports topics real quick. Apologies in advance. Unless you're Swifties. If you're a Swiftie in the hair, you know what I mean? We might say something, we might not.
I think we got a good sports bunch here. Shout out to Courtney, Jeff hanging with us, SKL, Jessley in the building.
I hope Jesse's more of a Jet Li fan and not a Jets fan. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, he might not like this part. And then we got Keith and Tanya still. All right, let's rock, man. We got let's enter the sports corner for FCP, man. So, listen, first question out the gate. Which NBA breaking news surprised you more? Drew Holiday to the Celtics or Jimmy Butler's hairstyle?
The emo guy. I'm gonna go with Drew Holiday, man. I'm gonna keep professional. You know what I'm saying? Because Drew, he's a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? He does his job. He puts his numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Like Tanya, she sent me something good about his stats the other day. But like, they shipping your man around like he's not a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to find a home. You know what I'm saying? He got shipped up somewhere he thought he was gonna be for life, and now he's just looking for a thing. Jimmy, though, he's who did you pick in your scenario?
I gotta say Drew too. Jimmy is right on brand. Jimmy is our new era Dennis Rodman. He is going to find something new to bring to the table every time he's in front of that camera. And he still could drop 30 on you, and he still might do what he said he's gonna do and take Miami to the finals again. It's just that crazy.
I'm just waiting for Jimmy to show up. If they get to the finals, I'm waiting him to show up in the blouse just so he can go game. Well, niggas, he'll do something like that on purpose.
Yeah, man. I mean, so I'll go back to Drew for a second. I was completely shocked. I thought he was gonna end up on Miami. I did not see the Celtics making the deal, but it made sense to me. We did lose Robert Williams, great defender, great shot blocker, great rebounder. But hey, this comes with the business, and Drew Holiday's with the Celtics, man. We'll see what they do as far as getting somebody back in the paint to protect, and then health is the name of the game after that.
Yeah, pretty much. But,
yeah.
I wonder I don't know if the money increased for him, but they kind of just shifted his contract around. I'm not sure, but hopefully he got an extra couple dollars for the moving fee.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just glad he's on the team, but I did notice that it was a media day, so I think they spoke to Joel Embiid at a press conference, and they asked him, how does he feel about the Bucks, because they just got Dame and now the Celtics getting Drew, surpassing the Sixers? And he says, as I quote, "Who says they surpassed us? They still got to get on the court. They still have to win games. It's really not that bad yet." So
I don't know. It's a good question. A lot of your stars ain't really happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for ways out as is. So I think it's a good question. But hey, as a superstar of the team, you got to play your part. You know what I mean? But I know he went home swinging at the air when he came through. He asking me the tough questions.
Yeah. And listen, and I see Tanya mentioned, I try to tell people, Malcolm Brogdon was not going to start the season at the end before the season started. I said it. He's a good guard, but he ain't what we need. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed me about Aaron Rodgers. Y'all need to start listening to me when I talk to y'all. Like,
I don't do this for play.
I'm not always right, man, but there's some times where I'll be like, yo, I really think this is gonna happen. But anyway, going back to Jimmy. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna keep it Aaron Rodgers, but yeah, Jimmy's due, man. Who did he look like when you first seen him?
Oh, he was giving me James Brown vibes.
James Brown? Okay.
Yeah.
James had some juice to it though. His shit was dry. It was kind of. He looked like a girl in the middle of the blowout at the crib. I mean, at the salon spot. Like, you know what I mean? They're not quite done with her. They're waiting for a new thing to open up over here. You know what I'm saying? She eating a sandwich, taking a break, and she's been in there for 3 hours. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? He just threw on a jersey and came mid-salon trip. But it's Jimmy, man. He's going to do what he do.
Yeah, he looked all right. So James Brown, like mid, this is a man's world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he been performing, for about an hour.
Okay.
That James Brown, yeah.
Well,
yeah, that hair was crazy, man. Shout out to Emo Jimmy, man.
Emo Jimmy.
All right, Sunday night football. Talk to me, man.
You were saying Aaron Rodgers before, man. As you know, lost some 4 plays in. We in game 4 now, and Sunday night football. Hey, man, just got handled. I'm not even going to dwell on that too much, but the NFL's coverage of this game this past weekend kind of blew me for a loop. Don't get me wrong, Travis Kelce, he's cool, man. He might be the coolest tight end in America, like top 5 probably currently. But he has a new girlfriend, in Taylor Swift, and she shows up to these games, and she gets a lot more commercial coverage than a lot of third downs now. I just got 3 questions for you, my man. What's the NFL doing? What's the goal here?
I mean, the NFL, the funny thing is when you think your brand is that big, and then somebody reminds you that their brand is probably bigger. And Taylor Swift's brand is big. She has a tremendous following. So all you do is help your brand by aligning with someone who is that globally known. And the crazy thing about it is this NFL season has been so bad, and these Chiefs games haven't even been that exciting. So it's kind of good that she's there. But you make a great point, because I was talking to someone today, and they had a friend at the game, and they were like, yo, you see how much they're showing Taylor Swift? And he was like, they showed her like one's hair. We're watching the game. So you're right. The NFL they're focused in on her, and it's getting out of hand, though. It is getting out of hand.
Like, I'm just curious to know if any other superstar in the world could demand that kind of a camera time mid NFL game. But I'm curious to know if she's like, yeah, I've been watching. If she just played her, put her thinking cap on. Yeah, I'm watching the numbers, yo. Y'all want me the next Sunday? I need a bag, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that wrong? Like, the NFL, they got pockets. They got ad money.
I don't know if they got Taylor Swift ever. Yeah, I don't know if they got Taylor Swift every Sunday money, man. Like, that's
hey, she's coming for free. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
the Chiefs games. Yeah, it's a Chiefs.
Only Chiefs. She only do Chiefs games.
I don't know.
She can't. Yeah, no, she can't be showing up at other. Nah, that's just disrespectful. But unless she start dating somebody else, that'd be crazy though. If she like, yeah, we broke up, and then she messed with somebody in the Chargers, and now all the LA games is popping. I mean, the Vegas games is popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be nuts. That'd be crazy. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you see what Tanya said? They said she might be doing the Sunday night game song. Yeah, it needs a remake though.
Yeah, it's time. The bag's there.
Yeah.
The bag is there for them. The bag is there. Another quick thing on a football tip before we jump out of here. Marshawn Lynch, big fan personally. It seems when him and Russ was playing in Seattle, it seemed everything was kosher. He was scoring touchdowns. He's throwing touchdowns. Legion of Boom. Everything was cracking. Recently on Shannon Sharp show, Shay's Club Shay Shay, Marshawn revealed that him and Russell wasn't really tight like that off the field. Like, it was to a point when he tried to call him and his number was like blocked type shit. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever was you surprised by Russell Wilson's antics off the field? Like, does he assume to be that guy that you ain't see him on Sundays?
No,
right?
I wasn't. I didn't get that from him, but then again, man, shit happens, man. Aaron Hernandez was out there, clapping people. So, I mean,
I'm not very bad. I'm not very bad.
you know what I mean? But at the same time, man, you're playing a sport. You ain't really gotta like each other. You ain't gotta be best friends. The goal is to win games. Of course, you would love that team camaraderie and close knit relationship, but Russ probably wasn't a big Marshawn fan. Probably Marshawn wanted to do shit that Russ wasn't interested in. But no, I'm not surprised. Well, I am surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of. Not to call him. He's not a square. He's an awesome man, but he just kind of very uptight kind of guy. And Marshawn has his shoulders loose. I feel by his persona off the field. You know what I mean? And like you said, their personas and probably post game activities probably just didn't coincide or jive during that time run. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like if you're gonna be on the field at the same time, you gotta fake it. Something like you know what I mean? Like you gotta act like a participant in whatever you're doing outside of the white lines. You hope.
Well, on the field, you couldn't tell. To me, like if you go back and look at footage, I couldn't tell. So they did it for the game.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I guess you'd be surprised in like professional sports how many teammates really don't like each other.
Word.
It happens. Like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you end up in classes with your ops. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it happens. Well, yeah, we both millionaires, but I hate his guts. Like you know what I'm saying? It'd be like that, I guess.
Yeah, we all working with somebody right now that we like. As soon as we clock out, don't text me, don't call me, don't talk to me. You see me in the street, act like I ain't there. Like, hey, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, ignoring a coworker at 5:08 outside is wild. You outside waiting on the cab to go, hey, how you doing? He's like, cab. Excuse me, sir. Just get in your cab and get out of it. That's crazy.
That's real pain, man. That's real pain.
I gotta see them tomorrow at 9 and act like, hey man, how's your night, man? You don't care about me. You don't care about me. But Tupac, man. They got him for real.
Yo, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, man. What is it, 27 years?
And that's not 3, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, nah, man. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, nah, this got to be clickbait. This got to be some bullshit. People fucking with me. But then when I saw it, like, on multiple outlets and this guy, like, told on himself, I'm like, what?
It was nasty. Oh, man. It was disgustingly nasty on so many angles.
And then I saw a short interview with, I think, like, his stepbrother or something. And they were talking about like this guy was the same guy that was being implicated in the beginning, but the investigation never went nowhere and nobody ever like I'm just like, yo, this is nuts, man. Like, I don't know. So now they
Oh no, I just like he showed up and had to walk out. His lawyer didn't come with him. That's wild embarrassing. You snitching yourself, you get actually booked for it a decade later. And then you got to fight for your life, and you're just like, yo, but that was today? Shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's important, bro. Yeah, I think they rescheduled it to like mid-October, so I don't know. I assume they're going to plead guilty, right? Can you not plead guilty after you lie to yourself? How does this work now?
I honestly just feel bad for the family to have to relive this night all over again, like, whatever type of healing they were going through, you know what I mean? And it's, I feel bad for them. Other than that, I got nothing more for that one.
You need them done on it. Talk to me, man. This is politics, man. This is all you.
Oh, so I mean, the only thing I got from this was I was watching CNN, I think like Monday or Tuesday, right after they got that spending bill in at the 11th hour. So we didn't get the government shut down. They had a congressman by the name of Warren Davidson on CNN, and he was talking about, this is before Speaker Kevin McCarthy actually got ousted by the House, by the Republicans. The congressman said his ally, or I think his counterpart, Matt Gaetz, reminds him of Dennis Rodman. He finds a way to win, and even though he was tough to coach, he listened to Jordan. To hear a politician especially a Republican referenced Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan, I would have never thought those two names would come out of a Republican's mouth, let alone on CNN. But I found that shit hilarious.
So he got that one on. Like he was
It
very,
was
very
like,
accurate to the situation.
it made me pay attention to what the hell was going on because I just honestly had it on in the background while I was checking some shit, right? But yeah, man, this past week in a historic vote for Republicans, Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House for the Republicans, was ousted, citing he did not honor promises he made to the party. He is the first House Speaker to be ousted. Our government is in fucking shambles, bro. Like,
when the debt keeps going up and the intelligence keeps dropping at the main seat at the table, it's weird. You know what I mean? But they're gonna keep taking taxes, and I'm gonna keep going to work in the meantime. So I'm gonna just try to do my best impression of a citizen and a voter when I can, and keep it moving. Vote for what you believe in, and watch CNN sparingly. This is a lot.
yeah, man. I mean, hey, the voting is still very important, man, because if you see all of the laws that they are, reversing, especially with affirmative action, voting is very important. It's never been more important than it is now. All right, so keeping this thing pushing, man. Last week we told you that the writers' strike ended, right? The Writers Guild, they are back. But the performance, the actors, the people who take these lovely written scripts and bring them to life, they are still on strike, as far as I know. Stating that their strike was separate from the Writers Guild.
Now, see, I think I see the play here. Like, we got to get the writers back first. They're the string masters. We got to get them in the tables, get all these books, and got to get all these scripts ready to go. And the help is going to kind of negotiate their fee to get a little bit more than they got last time, just like they did. But they thought it would be a side-by-side handhold situation. But it just shows you that there is a line between what we do and what you do. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. But I'm pretty sure that strike will end right around the time all the scripts start getting wrapped up and finalized.
I hope so, man, because this is holding up production. And they still got to memorize them scripts. They still got to make time. They got to so hopefully they're doing everything ahead of time with hopes that it will end in time. So they're booking the locations, they're getting everything ready, so the budgets are clear. I'm very nervous about this because I thought everything was all in one, but I found out nope, we not with them. They doing their own thing. We about our own shit here. So yeah, man, still no rap shit for me, man. I'm mad. I was looking forward to that show.
Damn. Maybe next fall, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We shall see. Ready to run into the main?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Yeah, man. As you know tonight, it's the first time for everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your first car ride, your first experience, whatever it may be. But tonight we're gonna focus on a few relationship situations. You know, us at the FCP, we always talk about stuff that you might go on a relationship, whether you be at the beginning stage or middle stage. The home run stage where we at, you know what I mean? But I got a question for you, my good man. The first time you step into somebody's house, crib, whatever it may be, their humble abode, what do you notice?
The smell. I have a very sensitive nose. So if I walk into your house and it smells like, what is it, Japanese cherry blossom, which I find is one of the best lotions and candles that exist, I'm like, oh shit. I'm staying. Like I'm gonna be here for a minute because that's a very good smell. And if it smells good, more than likely everything else is going to be great. That's just one of the first things that I noticed.
Okay. I think you caught me on the smell. That was gonna be my first take on it. But I've had a weird situation where the smell was amazing, but when I turned the corner, the smell no longer matched the view. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't work out anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? The smell felt like it just got sucked out the room as soon as you step into the new space. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that scent was just for the hallway and the entry. This is why it doesn't smell like that on the side of it. Oh, all right, yeah, this is nice. Like, you know what I mean? One of those. But the first thing I do notice, I'm a big colors fan. I need to see what paint colors you went with. A lot of people keep it clean. A light gray. You know, keep it calm. But some people they take it there. They go to the you know what I mean, that color, that shade, that orange. You go, oh, you was really in your Lowe's bag when you went over there. You know what I mean? Like when the colors and the paint match all the little trinkets and shit around that, I appreciate that. You took the house, you gave it a big hug, you made it a loving place. I appreciate that. When all the colors make sense, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I give my wife credit for putting me on to the colors. I mean, when she first started talking about the accent wall, I said, "Now you're just making up words. Like, ain't no wall has an accent. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to be funny." She's like, "No, there's a such thing as an accent wall, right? You got two of the same colors on the side, and then the wall in the middle has a different color." I was like, "That doesn't make sense." Whatever. So we go to the paint place, right? I don't remember it. It was a long time ago, right? So she gets the colors for the side, and then she gets the accent wall color. When they were finished painting it, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "We gotta get an area rug that matches it."
Wait, get the candles. This is the whole move. Get the candles.
I stood in that room for a minute. I was like, "This is nice." But she's always been really, really good with like painting and colors and stuff like that. I just give me the big screen TV and my nice couches and I'm straight, right? But yeah, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense, man. All right.
But yeah, colors and scents. Very visual, very visual. I believe it.
Yeah, because if I walk in and it's a very potent smell, it's gonna be hard for me to hold back my reaction because I'm terrible at not reacting to shit sometimes. So I would see something, I'm like, damn, you know, and it didn't warrant the damn. I could have held the damn in, but the damn comes out. So if I walk in and it's like, you know, like if I make that face and they're like, what's happening? It's like, nah, you know, I got itch. Itch up there, some shit like that. But yeah. All right.
That's funny. A quick reminiscent with the smell. Like my Christina's grandmother, she used to make this rice every like 2 days. She lived right on the ocean. Like that smell was so distinct. It was burnt in my nostrils. Like because I would have to go pick up Christina like 4 times a week at the time, and I'd be like, hey, eat a little bit, we bounce. Eat a little bit, bounce every day. Whenever I smell that, no matter where I am on this green earth, that puts me right back in that apartment. That's how. I think I'm like, wow, this is just like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? When those scents can take you to other places, those are cool ones sometimes too.
Yeah, that's like spaghetti and meatballs for me. That's like spaghetti and meatballs for me. Grandma on my father's side, every Sunday after church, we used to go over there and she would make spaghetti and meatballs. So anytime now that I smell spaghetti and meatballs, it's Sunday. I'm over there with that brown rug and that big old TV you had to slap just to get to work right. But I'll never forget it. It brings me right there.
Another funny one. Actually, I got a question. I know you said you can't hold your reaction back. You're very damn if you do see something. You ever had a situation where it was a damn moment?
Yes.
Before you go, can you share? He thought about it. He went back in the database and said, yeah, I got one.
So I will not rat the person out, but I walked in and they had a dog. And when I first walk into the apartment, I look over to the right. And I mean, this dog went to work, man. It was, I don't know what they had for lunch, but it was like a steaming pile or whatever right there to the right. So now I'm curious because I'm like, you knew I was coming. You knew I was coming. Like this wasn't no surprise pop up. You knew I was coming. And this steaming pile it was there. And I was just like, oh. I was like, you got to handle that, man. That looks crazy.
I had a web. It was 4 of us chilling. We was downstairs playing games, like back high school days. Goes upstairs, the owner of the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, no names. We all chilling. We see a roach cross over. Dog. If y'all don't know me, Sean, you know me. I'm not a fan of them shits. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't do it. Never can. Never will. I seen it. So yo, y'all saw that? Yeah. I was like, nobody gonna kill nobody. All right, y'all. so such and such. Yo, I'm gonna catch him tomorrow, man. It's like, all right. And yo, that was the end of the story. I never brought it back up. I never asked about it again. I never went back to the crypto. Not a fan.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it neither. So, when it's your first time going there, do you bring a housewarming gift when you go?
Yes. If it's the first invite, you bring a housewarming gift first time.
Oh, okay. See, I usually wait for the registry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because I don't want to do like the double gift thing. You know what I'm saying? My financial lane don't operate like that. So if you invite me by a crib, like, yo, we watching the fight, like, oh, okay, and it's my first time coming there, and you've never had a housewarming, I might bring like a big ass bottle of Henny or a nice bottle of Henny, be like, hey, oh, that's for you. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I was talking about. I'm not. I'm not really the. Yo, I heard you needed a blue toaster. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not the guy. I'm not that guy. So I might bring like a really cool alcohol if I could. You know what I mean? Something special, kind of for the ceremony. But try to bring something the first time you could. If you could.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So you just walked in the apartment or the house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just automatically sit down, or you wait for them to invite you to sit down?
No, you gotta wait for the invite. Don't be that person, because you don't want to. Just because you remember, great grandma couch. If you sat on the wrong cushion, you might fall through the shit. And I got just a terrible vision of sitting on the wrong seat and getting stuck, legs up in the air, shit. Trying to be company. You can't be company with your feet off the ground. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? So wait for the invite. Always wait for the invite.
Got you. You ever walk in somebody's house and it was just folding chairs?
Oh God, it happens. It's not my proudest moment, but yeah. And I said no. And folding chairs, they're not built for the long haul. You know what I mean? They're 20, 25-minute chairs max before your left cheek start going numb. You know what I'm saying? And after you done the cheek switch game after 10 minutes back and forth, you're like, you know what? Yeah, my back's starting to get affected now. Let me get up out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because honestly, it's just mad low whispering. Like, I'll sit down. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to sit down in the folding chair and enjoy your crib, whatever you got going on. But there's going to be some low conversation. It's like, you kind of got to explain that when people walk in. You got to be like, I know. The delivery got backed up. It's coming, you know what I mean? Or whatever, But if it's just no explanation, it's like, welcome to my home. Have a seat. It's gonna be a mad conversation about that.
Like, how would you rather feel? They just kept it all the way 100, like, yo, have a seat, come sit down, or every time you come, oh man, the furniture's on the way, it got caught up in Bolivia, they're making my
every time.
Yo, nigga, you come by every 2 years, like, you want me to get a whole set for you? You gonna sit in that plastic chair, bro? Nah, but I think if I see you like once every 2 years, I gotta go to your house. I'd rather the story. If it's just boxes chairs every time, like, oh, what happened? Yo, shit got air. It's in the Texas by accident. It's crazy, right? Yeah. They're gonna send it over here real soon. Though. I'll let you know when it hit. I'm fine with that story. That'd be the running joke every time we come down. You know what I mean? Get on my phone up a chair, some shit. You know what I mean? But my second time there, man, I'm asking questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the first time I ain't saying nothing. It's my first time there. I don't know what your situation is, and if you don't want to tell me, I get it. Like I said, it'll just be mad low conversation. I ain't judging, but I am going to talk about it. But the second time I walk in, man, you still got the same empty space and folding chairs. I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, let's talk. Like, we need to get you like a GoFundMe going or something like that, because this ain't right. Like, I'm worried about, like, that can really cause issues, man. Like, you're not supposed to be sitting on hard surfaces for too long. You know what I'm saying? Get a hemorrhoid, man. Come on now. Question: do you reprimand new people in the house if they go straight for the fridge with no permission?
Oh, hell yeah. Like,
as an adult, how are you reprimanding another adult that goes in your fridge uninvited?
It's easy. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
He said, what you said? Like, obviously, I'm going in the refrigerator. I'm seeing, if you got any OJ. You know what I mean? Like, he said, what the fuck is that?
That's got to be the boldest shit in the world. You walk into somebody's house for the first time and you just go and open the fridge. Like, man, listen, that's nuts.
People have gone in the fridge and judged, like, no French dressing. I'm like, yo. Yo.
I mean,
see the time about something be. That's all we got, man. Sorry. You should have brought your own French. But people just feel like, I thought we were loved ones or friends. It's like, nah, I don't share my French door with people.
That's crazy, man.
Oh shit.
All right, so we're gonna have some fun, man. So now it's tour time, right? Your first time stepping in the house, right? You made it past the folding chair. You made it past the first thing that you've noticed. Now it's time to get a tour of the apartment, right? So at this point, everybody that's with us, we're gonna take you to rooms and we're gonna ask each other how you would react if you saw this, right? So, Kenny, you're in this person's house, right? They're like, let me take you on a tour. Kenny, first place I'm going to take you is to the bedroom. Open the bedroom door and boom, dildos on the pillow. How you react?
What, does your husband know about these? It's like, where's who do those belong to? Why am I in here? Like, so many, like, is this the right house? Like, do I know you? Like, mad backup questions has happened. Like, I don't know how to approach any of this. Like, but I'm like, you need to clean up. You're grown, you're an adult. This is nasty. Put it under the pillow. Under the pillow. Don't put that on the pillowcase. Nah, that's disgusting. Don't do that. Put your toys away.
Yeah, literally put your toys away. Like, they got to run into the room now, grab the dildo, do mad explaining, put it away. And it's like, you knew I was coming. That means that you was doing something, you was pleasing yourself before I walked in the door. Now I gotta know if you washed your hands. Like, I don't know what was happening before I walked in the dwelling now. That's crazy. Yeah. I got mad questions.
You just holding yourself. I want to sit nowhere. Everything's still looking suspicious. It's like,
like, that's why you got folding chairs, because you spent money on the dildo. Like, this is crazy.
Hey man, shits ain't cheap, so I heard, allegedly. How would you feel if you was just in the bathroom and came across something you weren't supposed to see by accident?
It depends on the something I wasn't supposed to see. You know, like,
I'm gonna give you two options. Whether it was a sex toy you weren't supposed to see in the drawer that you thought the extra tissue was in, or it was a medicine that you debated if you should Google or not. Now, I mean, if you came across one of those, what do you do? Like, you just let it, like, nah, so nothing exists. Washing eyes, I'm out of here. What are you doing?
I'm probably looking at both of them and I'm like, I got a friend who's addicted to sex toys and drugs. Like, they probably pop a pill and turn this shit on and shit get sticky. Shit get real sticky in that bathroom.
Niggas be like, combination. It's like, wow, they really put it on. Like, they did right in the medicine cabinet. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right, I got one for you.
Sure.
You go in the bathroom, right? Your homeboy says, step twice with your right foot. So you step twice. Floor opens up. TV's in the floor. You can watch whatever sport you want.
Legs numb. I don't even know what happened. I've been in here for 42 minutes, and I can't even tell you what happened. Like, I only noticed I was here because I've seen this Sports Center highlight already. I'm like, wait a minute. So I was like, wait a minute. I think they're running a tight cycle. I got to get out of here. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be super dope.
Yeah, man. Like, because I was sitting there, I was just like, yo, here I am holding this damn phone the entire time. If that shit was just right in the floor, man, I could see me just there. I'll probably fall asleep on that motherfucker.
Like, hit the bathroom at 1:30 real quick. Like, I'm in the bathroom real quick. 4:30 in the morning, whole butt frozen off. Like, you just can't move. Yeah. It's just bad news. You know about that. You can't walk for like an hour. Bad work.
Yep. What's good, Audrey? So real quick, for anybody who just joined us, man, we've been talking about your first time in the home. What's the first thing you notice? What if they only had folding chairs? Little stuff like that, like little things that you do.
Seen a roach cross over real quick. How you reacting?
Word,
Shit like.
Seriously.
Question: if you come into the crib, plates getting served, there's not a real piece of silverware on the table. How do you feel about that? Like no real knives, no real forks, no real spoons. Everything plastic.
I'm like, where's the hot sauce? Like, I'm not here.
Just rolling right through it, roll.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I'm not here to judge how you are the first time I walk in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I give plastic shit when you come in here too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to wash dishes around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that. It's just like that. I ain't judging. What about you?
Plates and cups, I'm all for. Paper plates, plastic cups, big fan. Honestly, I'm a member of the society, right? The utensils, though, unless it's a party or a real gathering, I get it. But if it's just a few bodies, give me that metal fork, fam. Don't fuck with me. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're not washing utensils. Like, I get dishes. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to clean 12 plates. You know what I mean? 13 cups. I get that. But 10 forks, easy money. Like, you know what I'm saying? There should be an issue there. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna need a real fork. And it also depends on what's being served. Like, if you serve like anything with some sort of rigid elasticity to it, like, you know what I mean, some sort of, you know what I mean, something that has to be cut, and you give me a butter knife plastic spork joint with just the ridges at the edge of the knife, like, just cut the whole thing down like this. No. I don't want no plastic cutting tips on my steak, B. That's disrespectful. Where are your thoughts?
I hear you, man. All right, I respect it. All right, so name one reason why you would come back to the house, and then one reason why you wouldn't come back to the house.
It would depend on the purpose of the visit. If what I came for was good, I'll be back. If what I came for was not good, I might not be back. Like the environment, the smell, everything else could be worked out. Like, you know, the rice, it smelled like burnt rice when I walked in, but turns out it was cooked to perfection. Like, you know what I'm saying? If everything worked out, we came for dinner was awesome, I'll come back for dinner. You know what I mean? As long as no roach went across the dinner table at the exact time I was eating, like, I'll be back. You know what I mean? But if you came for dinner and, like, just things just not the way they should be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what's that called? Like raisins in potato salad type shit. If it's one of them situations I showed up to, I'm like, oh, this is disrespect. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up early, get up out of here, and never come back ever again. And you know why? But if what I came for is good, I'll be back. How about you?
Okay. All right. So for me, if the food and liquor vibes was good, I'm more than likely I'm coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, if I'm coming by your crib, it's to unwind. It's because, other than anything else we probably might be doing, it's to relax and have a good time. So as long as that's a good vibe at your place, it's a high likelihood I'm coming back, right? One thing that probably might not make me come back is if there's no parking by your spot. You know what I mean? If there's no parking by your spot, like, I got a lot of good friends. Like, I was happy when one of my good friends moved from her area, because when me and Shay used to go over there, finding parking was a fucking issue. Like, it was an issue every single time. So if you in a very bad parking neighborhood, man, and I ain't up for that Uber ride, not happening. Sorry.
You have to FaceTime this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be like a real big event, man. And then, listen, there's nothing against y'all who live in those areas with bad parking. Hell, I feel for you if you got a car, because you gotta do that side to side shit. That shit sucks.
Yeah, that waking up, street cleaning ain't no joke, man.
Yeah,
that ain't no joke. I wish I don't know, man.
Nope.
But as far as recommendations, man, on the way out of here tonight, man, what new movies, TV shows, music, what you got for us tonight?
All right, so this, once again, shout out to my homegirl Michelle. Reptile on Netflix is good, y'all. real good. It's a movie about some detectives that are trying to solve a murder, and as they go along, man, it's just some real crazy stuff that he uncovers along the way. But there's one scene that I think, Kenny, when you watch it, you're gonna look at Jen and be like, "Yep, that would be me." And I'm not even gonna tell you when the scene happens. When you see it, you're gonna be like, you're gonna text me and be like, hell yeah. You're probably even gonna send me the line that he says. But there's a line in there that I think every man with a woman that he loves is going to be like, yo, that's
this is it.
right.
This is the one.
Yeah, because I know I looked at Shay. I was like, you see?
I told you that shit was real. But you said it was a movie or is it a show?
It's a movie, Reptile.
Copy. All right, yeah. Add it to the watch list. There was one show I did catch on Netflix, a show called Inside Man. It's a 4-part documentary with Stanley Tucci. It's a little crazy right now. I only seen the first 2 episodes. I got 2 more to go. But it's just a quick synopsis. A priest takes on something from another patron in the church that he shouldn't. But he did. Then he discovers what it is, and he's trying to help himself, help him. And everything just gets crazy after that. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. I gotta see how this ends, but hopefully I can watch the shit tonight. But yeah, it's been a little crazy so far. But if you haven't seen it yet, Inside Man on Netflix is good also.
Nice. And then of course the Love Is Blind new episodes that dropped on 9/29, man. Oh, this show is
first half you told me was shaky, man. Talk to me, man, because I'm on the fence.
So it's definitely, it gets spicy, but it gets spicy to the point of you really don't think anybody's really gonna get married, because so I'll just talk about one couple, right? Uche and, well, they're not a couple, but Uche and Lydia, they have this like really intense back and forth, and you can't tell who's really lying. Uche comes off like the gaslighting king, and Lydia comes off like the deflecting queen. And the guy Milton, who's with Lydia, is just kind of like watching this whole thing unfold, and you're just sitting back like, bruh, go snatch your wife and get the fuck up out of there. Like, why are they even having this crazy intense conversation? But it's I don't know what this Friday is going to hold, but I can tell you right now, man, I don't think any of them getting married this season.
Damn, that's the whole point of the goddamn show. Hey, it might be time for a new host, like you said last time, man. Gotta make it spicy. Gotta switch it up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's up? Thank you for joining. And then the last show recommendation I got, and this honestly, my wife stumbled on it yesterday. It's called Does Murder Sleep? It's on Max. And it's these.
Time out. You said the wife found a show called Does Murder Sleep? And
yeah.
You sleeping with both eyes closed still?
Both eyes closed, man. Both eyes. Listen, if I go out, it was a hell of a journey, man. Bury me a G.
But she done recommended it to the missus. God damn it. But how's the show though so far?
So it's cool. It's cool, but it's interesting, right? Because it's documentaries about people who were murdered while somebody near them was sleeping, and they take you through the whole, they do the reenactments about the shit and all that, and you're just kind of there, like, and it turns into a whole novella in front of you and be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like it was the brother's ex-husband, and it was wild, crazy shit. Like, it was nuts, man. And at first I'm just like, but yo, by like episode 3, I was like, yo, I think the brother did it. Like,
everybody's a 10-year detective watching these shows. It's like, yeah, I got my notepad out. Like, did you see how he looked at the glass before he left?
Yeah.
Check that glass if I was real. Like, it's always something. Any other recommendations or any new music you heard? Anything else?
Oh, that new Shaq and Kobe by Meek and Rick Ross is dope.
Yeah.
That shit is dope.
Like I'm it's funny with Meek, man. He's so hit and miss these days, but he hit on this one. But he's as long as he stay off the phone, man, he's just stay in the booth, man. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be just fine.
Yep. Yeah. And then the record with J. Cole and Lil Yachty, that one.
My boy Cole, man. He different. He could his rap styles is just infinite. He really was just a nice kid. Is forever and just getting better at it. Nothing to say about him.
Yeah,
absolutely. But oh God. On the ending note, unfortunately, it's October, bro. I'm a New Yorker. New York. I'm not wearing a New York Yankee today, but this October's a little different, man. The Yankees are not in the postseason at all. Like not even. It's not like it's the wild card. We might have a chance. Nothing, bro. Nothing happening. But hey, I'm gonna take it as the New York Yankees have to fall on the sword for the liberty to shine. That's what I'm taking it as. No. Hey, something in New York got to be good in October. If it ain't the Yankees, it better be the Liberty. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who you got, man? Liberty. Who you got game one? Who you got? Talk to me.
I got Liberty, man. Yo, listen, it's their time. It's their year. This is why they, went and got Brianna, why they went and got John Paul Jones, Courtney Vandersloot. This is it, and I know Vegas is looking for that get back because we pretty much own them for the season. So it's gonna be. I'm here for it, man. Sunday afternoon is gonna be interesting.
You got any tickets? I know you got a couple.
No. Nothing. Yeah, everything. The September took me in the corner and said body shots. Like I ain't got money. Shit, man. Hell yeah. I'm out here looking at October invites. Funny these days, man. Like September was no joke.
Me and Jimmy getting invites. I'm like, only one of us could go.
That's real.
Niggas in the back flipping mad coins. Like, best 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. All right, best out of 7. All right, this is it though. Like, I get 4. That's it. You know what I mean? But man, Christmas is up on the way. Thanksgiving on the way. Got to get these Halloween outfits, get these pumpkins, these apples. I'm just here for the donuts, man. I'm just going all the way to Pennsylvania, all the way up going for these cider donuts. That's it. As soon as I get a donut, I'm ready to get back in the car and come back. Oh, I don't even like pumpkins.
I feel like we just did this shit. You know how the memory pictures come up and then already TurboTax hit me up. I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? Like this is. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm not ready. I got more checks to get, man. I'm ready. I'm not ready.
Yo, niggas was just celebrating Valentine's Day. Like this is nuts, man. So, yeah. But before we walk out of here or log off of here, I gotta say happy birthday to Christina. You know what I'm saying? Family, for sure. Happy birthday to Chef Cheryl. For real close family friend, you know what I mean? Those birthday twins right there. And this Friday upcoming will be my friend Ann Lee's birthday. Love y'all, man. Hope y'all have a great time. Enjoy it. Blessings, good health, good wealth, all that good shit, man.
October is packed, bro. Every year. I'm like, damn, nobody died. All right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's like October is packed, but yeah, man, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah. It's one of those situations when your wife tell you it's a ladies' night, then you like, yeah.
Cool. That's when you hit it, get all funky in the head. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, throw snacks at them and they go away.
Want another icy? Go ahead, get another icy, man. Red, blue, orange, yellow, what?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Other than that, bro, it's Wednesday. Enjoy your day, bro. Hump day, hump night, all those good stuff. Anything crazy before we go?
Listen, if you haven't seen it yet, for October 1st, we dropped part 2 of the corporate ladder, climbing the corporate ladder series. This one is the mid-tier careerist. So for you people who are either in a supervisor or manager role and you're trying to think about how to get to that executive level, VP C-suite, We had some really good gems from both Aisha and Miriam, both really good in the banking field. So they have some really good gems that they're sharing on that show. And excited, man. Tomorrow I will be a guest speaker at Hospital for Special Surgery in recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month, man. So I get to brag a little bit about all the diversity work I'm a part of. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's the first time actually talking at another healthcare institution. So we'll see. We'll see how they receive me.
I gotta know. I gotta know. You got it all up here. You pulling out the index cards. You pulling out the pointers.
Oh, I got them on the cards, man. Like it's, you know what I mean.
You know, it's funny with the cards. When you bring the cards, you don't even need them, but you need them on you. Because when you don't have them on, it's a whole nother ballgame. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's gonna be dope, man. Congratulations on the speech. Good luck. You don't need it, but good luck. Break your leg, all the good stuff. But yeah, bro, it's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be nice, man. Big things. Make sure you get the good picture. You suit it up.
They already know. They already. Yeah. Breaking out the tie. I've only broken out the tie once this year, and that was a gala I went to last week. But
that's what it's for.
Listen,
I told you, man. October's packed, man. Gotta bring the ties out.
Oh yeah.
All right, then, broski. Nothing else, my guy. Always a pleasure.
All right, man. Peace. Love y'all. Mm-hmm.